Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Stephanie, and this is You're in Tune with Talking with Stephanie. Only joking, talking with Steph. Woo, hi. If you're new to the podcast, hello, I'm Stephanie. I'm 22 years old, and I'm from London. And I talk about different topics, how it affected me, tips, and I'm no life coach. I just want to help, like, if I can, where I can. I'm like the auntie giving you advice, you know? So, in this is episode 8 of the podcast, and I'm going to be talking about doubting our abilities, like doubting our skills. Well, personally, my skills, but it's all around. It affected me quite a bit in uni because in uni, you have to be out there, you have to network, you have to push the boundaries of what you normally kind of wouldn't do. So I feel like uh, doubting my skills led to that. Not me being more out there and going on projects and in uni and seeing posts and like thinking, oh, I can actually do that, but being scared to go for it kind of thing. That negative mindset of, what if I fail? What if I mess up and I'm on set and everybody is all right and it just happens to me? So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about when it comes to doubting our abilities, doubting my abilities. Also, contacting people for work. I felt like even though they said, "Oh, you should do work experience and contact people to see if they have something going," I always used to think, "Oh, what if? Um, how do I go about it?" But more like, what if they see and they don't pick me, or what if I do get on set and I do shadow them? It's basically the unknown, like thinking about the unknown, the uncertainty, which held me back. I feel like the one thing I regret is not going to lectures and not trying to find work outside of uni, because then I didn't gain that experience of being on set really and like doing certain things that I see are out there and I see that other people are doing, you know what I mean? So that's another thing that I worry about, because it's just good to get even if they say no or they don't reply, it's good to branch out to people in the industry, people that you may think, oh, maybe they'll reply, or, you know. So it's good to, even if they don't reply, it's still good because there's always that one or two or three that will get back to you and may take you on. So it's just like lost opportunity. But that's the past. So I'm living in the present. I can only do what I can do in the present. That was past. That was like a year, 3 years ago. So, but that's just one way it's affected me in my life and experience in terms of uni and overthinking. Because when I'm talking about it, I'm overthinking it, even though it's the unknown, I'm overthinking it. I could overthink it so much and just backtrack and say, no, you know what, I'm not going to do it. It's not like I overthink it and then actually go for it, and then I was thinking about it too much and it wasn't what it was, kind of thing. So I think you should just go for things, just not overthink it. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense to the listeners out there. Just go for it. The worst thing you could do is say no, but even if they say no, someone will say yes. If you want to check my overthinking podcast, I talk about overthinking, how it's affected me, and how to overcome those issues of overthinking things too much. Check that out after you listen to this podcast, or even before, like stop this episode and listen to that one if you feel like it relates to you when it comes to overthinking. I want to be in the film industry, and in the film industry, you need experience. That's what people are looking for, experience. Have you been on set? What problems have you faced? You know, and all of that. So I'm gonna try to be more assertive when it comes to things like that. It's also because I'm nervous to take on projects as a cinematographer, because that's like my passion. That's what I want to do, and I don't want to disappoint someone. Or when I created my film Blitz Spirit, or when there was this insecure dance artsy film that we did. Like, I was nervous, you know? I didn't want to mess up. I didn't want people to think like, oh, she doesn't know what you're doing, because I feel like I do know what I'm doing. I'm just, like I said, I overthink and I'm kind of scared. I don't know. There's something that goes on inside of me and it just makes me think a lot about stuff. So I'm just like, I know I can do this, because in college I was always doing things. I was always helping out the drama department, film stuff. I did a work experience at the Young Film Academy. I was a production assistant and I enjoyed that and that went really well. So I don't know where the mentality came from. Maybe because it's university and everyone looks so, I don't know, professional and stuff. I'm trying to better myself and overcome that problem, and which I have been doing. So it's it's better. Like I'm getting back to how I was in like around college times, and like even my friend Deng, yeah, he used to ask me to make him his music videos, and I was just like, sure, I'm down. Like I'm good. Let's go. Like what do you want? And he would want like him playing basketball and him doing fitness, and his song was about basketball and being on the court. I don't know if I still have it, but I was just down. Like I was willing to do anything, and I would do it for free because he's my friend, and also like, it's good experience for me. He would even pay me because it was so good. I was like, oh, thank you. You pay me for my time. Uh, but that was like that fire in me. It's coming back. Not like it never left, but the fire and the enthusiasm and not being scared to just try. It's my passion, it's my goal. I want to be a director of photography, whether that's for music video, films, anything. That's my goal in life. So it's kind of scary and like nerve-wracking because it's something I really, really want to do. It's something that I strive to do in the future. So it's kind of that pressure to get people to want to work with me and stuff. So yeah, so I guess that's one of the reasons also. Like you can't let the fear of failing ruin your life. If you're always fearing things, then you can never move on. Even if you fear it and you try and you fail, at least you tried. There's no regret. There's no, oh, but what if, There's none of that. So I would say if you fear something, just go for it. Whether that's your dreams or whatever you want to do in everyday life, like go to the gym, whatever, just go for it. Like don't let your mind hold you back. Don't let anybody hold you back, because you know your abilities and you know what you can handle. And even if you don't know what you can handle, you'll learn and realize what you can handle. And I think I've whilst I've been self-reflecting, I've kind of realized that more and more. So I'm just trying to work towards getting things that I want to do done that I know that I don't have time for when I go back to work. So I'm trying to be productive this quarantine, which I feel like I have been. I've been quite productive. But yeah, so just go for your dreams. Just keep pushing. I'd say to people out there, just keep pushing, keep positive affirmations. Just, I can do this. I will do this. I will be a director of photography. I am a director of photography. I am a cinematographer. And the more you say it, you just gotta believe in yourself. It's like a preach moment. Believe in yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your instincts. So yeah, positive affirmations are important when it comes to everyday life. Every day, just say, I am a director of photography. Set aims for yourself. I am gonna send this email. I will send this email. Yeah. I will get a reply. I am gonna get a reply. But yeah, positive affirmations are good. I need to practice more positive affirmations, to be fair. Even though I think positive now, like I still have those thoughts, those negative thoughts, in my mind, like subconsciously it's there, And I don't think that will ever go away, but when you speak into the world like what you want, it finds a way. Just reminding yourself also of your accomplishments, like what you've done so far in your life and the good positive things that you've done in your life, because it's daunting thinking about what you did wrong. Like, it's easier to think about what you did wrong than to praise yourself on what you did right. So just reminding yourself of your accomplishments and what you've done thus far is just it's just amazing. Oh, I was a camera assistant on a music video a few months ago. Like, I was a camera assistant. I did well. I got a credit for my film, The Brit Spirit. It was on London Live. I did that. Even though Sean emailed it, my work is still on TV. That's an accomplishment, that in itself. So you just gotta reassure yourself and remind yourself that you're doing good. Like, you're good. You're happy. I'm happy today. Like, I'm good. Even little accomplishments like I'm happy. I ate breakfast. Like, I talked to my friend. I emailed someone. It's it's hard, but it's not impossible. So that would be my advice to help with doubt. Another one would be talk to someone about these doubts. Like, talk to your friend, or if you haven't got a friend, talk to your family. If you haven't got family, talk to someone. I don't know, talk to anyone about them. Talk to yourself about them. Speak them out. You know, because sometimes you realize, like, what am I saying? I'm great. What am I saying? Why am I thinking like this? It's good to deal with those emotions head on. Otherwise, if you bury them, then they just cloud your mind, and that's not healthy at all. So I would just say, talk to someone about your doubts, and don't compare yourself to other people. You see a lot of people on Instagram, you see a lot of people on Twitter, see a lot of people on, I don't know, YouTube, in the industry, and they're doing big things. And you just can't compare yourself to other people, because that's what also makes you doubtful. Oh, why am I not as successful as him? And we started at the same time. Or why is he got, or she got this Ronin S when I want to save up and buy one too? It's feeling like, oh, why did he get this for free and I have to pay? It's stuff like that. You can't compare yourself to other people. You have to not stay in your own lane per se, but you got to just focus on you, kind of stay in your own lane, in the sense that you have your own journey and you will achieve your goal. You just got to focus on your journey alone. You can't worry about other people. And sometimes, even on Instagram, when you see a picture or something, sometimes people want to show you the best experiences that they've had. So you never know. People are behind the scenes aren't great. I hope you do get better and you're good anyways. But you get what I'm saying. Like, you can't compare yourself. You can't compare your situations to someone else. You can't compare your skills to someone else, your progress in life to someone else. Because at the end of the day, it's your life, and you need to focus on what you want to achieve. It's good to get advice sometimes on, maybe, like, for example, for me, advice to get on the film industry and how to start. And it's good to follow people that will lift you up, get motivation from, like, oh yes, they're in on the BAFTAs, the red carpet. That's where I'm gonna be in 6 months, or I aim to be in a year. You know what I mean? That kind of thing is good. But in terms of, like, just comparing yourself to someone else in a negative aspect, then that's when it gets toxic, and that's when you get bad. You just spiral down into, like, some people go through depression, some people just wallow. And I don't want to see anyone have depression or wallow. And that's another tip: don't compare yourself to other people. That helps with doubt too. I saw this quote on positivityblogs.com, and it said, you're not a failure because you failed. And that's one of the things that people are afraid of. They're afraid to fail. And that's something I'm afraid of. I'm afraid to fail. I'm getting better, but I'm afraid to fail. Like, I'm afraid to fail because people measure success like, oh, you have to have this amount of experience to be successful. You have to have this amount of money to be successful. You have to know these people to be successful, to be perceived as successful. So it's kind of like, if you fail, obviously if you fail, dust yourself off and get back up. But if you fail, it kind of hurts, because it's like, this is your dream, this is what you want to do. And if you fail, it's just like, is this actually for me? Is this something that's for me? Or should I just find another profession? But it's okay to fail. It's okay, because when you fail, you learn. And when you learn, you don't do those same failures again. You don't have those same situations again, because you're like, oh, I failed at this, and this won't happen again because I've learned this. And even though it's sad to fail, it's also beneficial to fail. Obviously, it's better to succeed in like what you're doing, but when you do fail, just like I said, you fail, you get back up. You fail, you get back up. So that's my advice for that. You learn from your mistakes. Just stay positive, and find inspiration through, like, there's so many creative people on Instagram, so many creative people on Twitter, so many creative people on YouTube. Look up tutorials. Try and stay inspired, because being inspired is more, it makes you motivated to do, if that makes sense. So stay positive and stay inspired. And it's also about confidence as well. I feel like to help with doubt, you have to be confident. You have to be confident in yourself, confident in your abilities. It's like, I've done this before, I can do this again. I'm confident. I'm going to talk to this person, even though this person is some rich network guy. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to go up to him and I'm going to sell myself, not in a, weird way, but I'm going to I'm going to tell him what I do, or have a chat with him or her. I keep saying him, but I mean him or her. And yeah, it's all about confidence. Confidence is key, because you can walk in a room and you be nervous, but if you don't show it, you never know. Someone might be like, oh, I remember when I met you, you was confident, you came up to me, but inside you secretly was like nervous and shitting yourself. Like, people love confidence. People bounce off of confidence. Obviously, don't be too overconfident, because then people will think you're cocky. Have a balance, I would say. I found another quote that I would like to share. This relates to my cinematography, but it's life is unpredictable, and I feel to some extent lighting and cinematography should be a reflection of that. And that was by Rachel Morrison. What I took from that is, life is unpredictable. So, for example, no one knew Corona. I shouldn't even say Corona. No one knew, the disease would come. I don't know if they'll take my channel down. Sorry. I don't know if the disease would. I didn't know the disease would come. I was coming back from America saying 2020 vision, this is my year, and then we're inside quarantining. Like, life is unpredictable. You don't know, you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Anything could happen tomorrow. And so you should go for it, because you might as well. Like, you might as well go for it. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Might as well go for it. You can't take your money with you. So I hope I'm making sense and I'm not like going on a tangent, but I'm just saying life is unpredictable, and you can't, you gotta push, you gotta keep going, keep moving forward, because tomorrow isn't promised. Like, tomorrow isn't promised. And yeah, so I think that's everything. And I just want to say, for a final word, you're great. A final word, you're great, and you should just go for it. That's my main thing. You're great, and you should go for it. Don't let the fear and the negative mindset cloud your willingness to just, fight for what you want. Fight for your dreams. Fight for what you want. Fight for, have that motivation to push through all the doubt that you have. And I hope my advice helped you when it comes to doubt, and that, everyone goes through that. Everyone, even probably like the highest, most paid person, has a little bit of doubt in their mind, but it's how you deal with that doubt. So thank you for listening. I hope you have a lovely day. And for the people who are watching, I hope you have a lovely day too. And have a nice, yeah. Okay. Bye. Thank you for listening.